Phil, why do I keep getting a 5 or 5.5?
It's no secret, Michael. We're going to be going over that today. By the end of this video, you should be able to identify the common mistakes you're making in your writing and also push up your score.
This is Michael.
And I'm Phil, and you're watching the IELTS Grind.
Remember to like and subscribe.
Okay, so we're talking about students that are writing tasks 2 in particular, and they're stuck at a 5, a 5.5.
With a discussion style essay.
Yeah, that's important.
Also known as 2 sides plus opinion essay. This is what we're focusing on today.
Yeah, so it's tricky. I mean, I think writing can be one of the most difficult things, okay? But luckily you've come to the right place. So we're going to be going into this in a lot of detail.
We're going to be looking at a sample 5 to 5.5 essay together. We're going to read over the whole article together. If you would like to read it on your own time instead, check in the description and also to see the timestamp for when we start the analysis.
Yeah.
And then after we go through the whole thing together, we'll be analyzing it, looking at the biggest problems, some common mistakes that we see, and a few fixes, but not too many.
Yeah, and remember, it's okay to steal our ideas so you don't make mistakes like them.
That's why you're here, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's read through that essay to begin with.
So, first of all, there's the prompt. This is the prompt of the essay. This is what you would get when you are given the paper about what to write about.
Okay, so shall I read this one to you?
Yeah.
Okay. As faith in public education wanes, more and more people are homeschooling their children. Some people are embracing this trend as the future, while others are saying it is a step backwards. Discuss both sides and give your own opinion.
Okay. We're not going to analyze it at the moment. We're just going to read everything together.
Yeah. So if you're wondering at this point, why is it a discussion essay? Go back and watch our video that we made last week and you'll find out why.
So, starting with the essay itself, with the first paragraph. More and more people are not published schools. They teach home instead. I think this is stupid. They should go to school so school is better for the children. Some people think it is the future. Second paragraph. Public school better than homeschool because homeschool has no teachers. Parents are not teachers. They don't know how to teach, so children learn not well. Some parents don't have money for public school, so they teach at home. These poor areas need more teachers. Is better for children. Children need to learn at school. Social knowledge learn at school. I think homeschool has some good things. They don't have to do too much homework. They have time with mother or father. Lots of time. Children should have time with parents. Also have time to play. Play is good for young kids. Kids need play. If at school, do homework all day. I do homework all day long and no time play. Final paragraph. In conclusion, homeschool has some good. However, public school is better because public school has friends and teachers.
Okay.
So this essay has some problems.
Yeah.
And by the way, his body 2 is much better than his body 1. His body 1 had so many mistakes, it might even be as low as a 4.
Yeah.
But his body 2 was stronger, so it kind of evened out.
Okay, so obviously it's kind of hard for us to create these resources as native speakers, but we've done our best to simulate what it's like for a 5.5. But I think it's going to be the most useful to go back through that bit by bit and really analyze it.
Before we jump into the line-by-line analysis, let's really quickly go over some things that we saw.
Yeah.
First of all, some of the biggest problems is number 1, he wrote the wrong kind of essay.
Yeah.
He wrote an opinion essay. And remember, if we look at the top, we need to write a both sides plus opinion essay. You can always tell this by seeing the last line in the prompt. It will tell you what kind of essay you need to write and the structure. A 2 sides plus opinion essay should have a thesis that says this essay will discuss both sides and give your opinion, and it should not have your opinion. He has his opinion in his intro.
Yeah.
I think this is stupid. It's a very strong opinion.
Yeah, and it's just, it's the wrong structure for the wrong essay. And if you're still confused about which structures you should be using for task 2 writing the IELTS, we've done plenty of videos which you can find in the description, and also you can check out this playlist here.
So, moving on, well, going back to that point, we said that the thesis was wrong, but we can also see that his body 1 and his body 2, they both are his opinions, which again is why we said this was an opinion essay. When you are writing a 2 sides plus opinion essay, you need to use language that says other people believe this.
Yeah, this is really important. You're describing why someone thinks this or may think the opposite opinion, and then only later you're saying what you think. Okay, so getting the structure is very important for the first thing that you're graded on, which is task response. So, some other problems that we can look at.
Well, one of the biggest ones, it's not as big as having the wrong thesis and writing the wrong essay, but it's still pretty big, is that he repeats ideas a lot.
Yeah.
Once you say something once, you should not have to say it again and again. To give you a really clear example of this, we can see that in the body 2, so his third paragraph, it says, they have time with mother or father, lots of time, children should have time with parents. So you're repeating the same idea 3 times.
Yeah, and it's not really adding to
Extra
it at all.
information.
You can, of course, develop an idea. You can refer back to ideas you've spoken about before, but this isn't an effective way of doing it. It's just trying to hit that word count, really.
Yes. And if you are just adding sentences or words, I see a lot of people adding extra words or phrases. That does not help you. If you want to hit that word count, you should be adding more meat. What I mean by that is better supporting details in your essay. Now, one other pretty big problem that we see is his cohesion in his paragraphs. That means, do the ideas connect? If we look at his body 1, we see that he does have a topic sentence. Public schools better than homeschool because homeschool has no teachers. That is a topic sentence, so this whole paragraph should be about not having teachers and how that makes homeschooling better. Now, he does go into how parents are not as good as teachers. He does that well, and that does support it. But then his next sentence, some parents don't have money for public school, so they teach at home. This is not saying why public schools are better. This is the opposite.
It's irrelevant, really, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly. If this was a reading test, it would be not given.
Yes. Yes, definitely. It's not really, it doesn't follow the topic sentence there, yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't connect to the topic sentence. It doesn't connect to the idea. Same with the next sentence. These poor areas need more teachers. Doesn't connect. It doesn't connect. Now, next up are some really common problems, but and they are affecting your vocabulary score, but spelling.
Yeah.
I wonder if our students can find all the spelling mistakes.
Yeah.
If you want, you can pause the video and see. We're not going to go over all of them, but just really quickly. Public instead of publish. School is spelled wrong. He forgot a C.
Yep.
Also, knowledge.
You struggled with that one.
Yeah, has a W. Yes. Do you see any more? Just here?
Yeah, so you mentioned school, didn't you, at the bottom there, knowledge. Yeah, I can't spot any more. But yeah, those ones. The issue here is, yes, the spelling's wrong, but apart from publish, I don't think it takes away from the meaning.
Yeah.
Which I think is why it's perhaps closer to a 5 than a 4.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's trying to use some vocabulary, and he doesn't have too many word form errors.
No, that's true.
Yeah. But the grammar, that's the next one. There's a lot of grammar problems here.
Yeah.
This is another reason why it's a really low 5, bordering on a 4, is because there are so many grammar mistakes, and a lot of these grammar mistakes are mistakes that show that he can't make basic sentences.
Yeah.
That's how you move past the 4s. You can show that you can make basic sentences. If you have most of your sentences being not correct grammar, like even low-level grammar is not correct, that's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Now, his second body paragraph, so his third paragraph, body 2, saved him a little bit because he had better grammar there. But his body 1 and body 2, the grammar was just, terrible.
Yeah. It's not. It's. I mean, these are mistakes that, yes, it's easy to make, but I think it's also quite easy to fix if you do a little bit of practice. The best way to practice, obviously, doing some grammar exercises, always a good option, but also just reading, just getting familiar with English and the way that we actually form sentences in English.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And just some really quick examples. Public schools better should be public schools are better. You need a verb there. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are all of the grammar mistakes in this essay here.
And again, we're not going to go over all of them because it's really hard to fix a 5 or a 4 essay.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this. How do you fix a 5 or 4? Well, you make it a 6. And this is what we're going to do in the next video.
Yes, yes. That's what is up next. We are going to be looking at a 6.5 essay, which is what most of you guys need. Okay. So, by now, you guys should be able to recognize some common mistakes. I recommend that you look at your own essays to see if you're making these mistakes. Look specifically for if you are repeating ideas.
Yes.
If your ideas are connected to each other, are you on topic?
Are you using, and also using vocabulary connectors, linking words to do that as well?
And finally, did you use the right structure?
Oh, yeah. Let's start with the best foot forward.
Yes.
Okay, guys, you've been watching the IELTS Grind. I'm Phil.
And I'm Mike. And remember, we are accepting essays from people on our Facebook group.
And you can find out about that in the description.
Yes. If you are interested in getting free feedback for a limited time, a limited number of people, join us over there.
Okay, we will see you in the next video where we're talking about how to turn this essay into a 6.5.
See you there.
See you later.
Peace.